Moving on now to some other news. Former Indian captain Kapil Dev has stirred the hornet's nest, claiming Sachin Tendulkar, quote-unquote, did not know how to make big hundreds, even though he had the ability to do so. Now, these comments come a week after Sehwag announced his retirement and compared Sachin and Sehwag. Kapil said, while the latter knew how to score big, Sachin was stuck in the Mumbai school of cricket. He has said, and I quote, "Don't get me wrong, but I think Sachin didn't do justice to his talent. I always thought that he could have done much more than what he has achieved. He, that is Sachin, got stuck with Bombay cricket. He didn't apply himself to the ruthless international format of cricket. I think he should have spent more time with Vivian Richards than some of the Bombay guys who played just neat and straight cricket." Kapil Dev goes on to say, and I quote, "Sachin was a much better cricketer, but somewhere along the line, he just knew how to score hundreds. He didn't know how to make it a double hundred or even a triple or even 400s, even adding that the 1983 World Cup winning Indian captain." These are the comments made by Kapil Dev. In fact, the all-rounder under whose captaincy India won its maiden World Cup in 1983 said that he would have advised Sachin Tendulkar to play like Sehwag. Rasesh Mandani joins us for more on this. Rasesh, in what context has Kapil Dev made these comments about Sachin Tendulkar?
Well, I think Kapil is, of course, someone who was attending an event in Dubai, and that's where he says come up with these comments. Just to put it in context, I think Kapil Dev sort of putting across a point that he believes that Sachin Tendulkar was extra careful as far as his approach was concerned. Had he more carefree, he would have got taller scores. That's just a cricket point of view by Kapil Dev. There's one school of thought which goes that Sachin wasn't necessarily particularly complimentary of Kapil Dev's ways of coaching. Both of them have worked together at the time as players and coaches in the past, whether that's what it's coming from. But, purely from a cricketing point of view, tall scores in the game of cricket isn't necessarily a judgment of batsmanship. And, there could always be a reverse argument that Tendulkar is someone who's seen as one of the best players to have played the game, someone who's one of the most celebrated players, and someone who may not have as many triple or 400 like someone like Lara may have been, but just his sheer number of match-winning totals meant that he was the most influential player at the time he played for India. So there are two sides of the argument to it, and the Kapil speaking about Tendulkar's lack of tall scores needs to be put in perspective.
Okay, Boria Majumdar also joins us. Rasesh, stay with us, consulting editor with India Today. Boria, what do you make of these comments made by the former Indian captain Kapil Dev, where, he has actually questioned the style and, in a way, credibility of an iconic cricket player like Sachin Tendulkar?
Avantika, firstly, I want to make clear that I speak both as consulting editor of India Today and Sachin Tendulkar's biographer and co-author of his autobiography. I know what Sachin Tendulkar's sentiments are about Kapil Dev. I don't think Sachin shares a great opinion about Kapil and his coaching abilities. Kapil is entitled to his opinions for sure, but to speak about somebody who has played the game for 24 long years, scored 100 international hundreds, which has never been equaled or perhaps will never be equaled in history. The record speaks for itself. Nobody has scored more international runs, more international hundreds, both in test match cricket and in one-day international cricket. So what more do you want to say? And why now? I mean, what is the point of Kapil Dev saying these things when Tendulkar has retired for over the last couple of years? I don't think these comments need to be taken seriously. I think, these are unwanted, because by making these comments, all you are doing is stirring up a controversy when it is not needed. Tendulkar is no longer playing international cricket. Everybody knows that Tendulkar is second only perhaps to Donald Bradman. By saying what Kapil Dev is saying, maybe he wants a few headlines, but that's about it.
But, I fail to understand, Boria, what would prompt Kapil Dev, who in his own right has been lauded for his own achievements and accomplishments, make comments about a player like Sachin Tendulkar, and especially when he makes comments like Sachin didn't apply himself to the ruthless format of international cricket and got stuck with Bombay cricket?
Yeah, I've also read the piece. I mean, I think Kapil will also agree that perhaps the comments are a little out of context. I mean, to say Sachin Tendulkar did not even play domestic cricket for too long. I mean, if you see the number of international matches he's played, 463 one-days, 200 test matches. I mean, think of the number of days he played international cricket. And for somebody to play international cricket for 24 long years, and for them to receive a comment saying you've not put in your best in international cricket, I don't think is perhaps too valid. I mean, I have the greatest regard for Kapil Dev for what he's achieved as a player and subsequently as a commentator and as an icon. I don't think these comments are warranted, Avantika. I clearly think perhaps he's been misquoted, perhaps he's a little out of line. But to say that Sachin Tendulkar did not apply himself to international cricket when he played for India at 16 years of age against Pakistan in a series that Kapil Dev completed his 100 test matches, and then going on to be a player who played 200 international test matches, the less said about these comments.
But do you think that Kapil Dev could have been misquoted? Because, he's also known to be somebody who speaks from his heart and speaks, anything that's on his head is on his lips as well.
I think he can be, because, it's hard for me to believe that somebody will actually question Sachin Tendulkar's international cricket, commitment, credibility and achievements. I mean, just sheer statistics. 200 international test matches means 1,000 days of test cricket. Now, that is 3 long years. I mean, it just doesn't come by anything. 463 one-day internationals, 6 World Cups, out of which 3 he were highest scorer or second highest scorer, 600s in the World Cup, 100 international 100s. What do you say? I mean, to have these achievements on the one hand and then to hear somebody saying that, he's not been, he's not sort of done well in the ruthless rigors of international cricket. I think Kapil Dev has been misquoted or misconstrued. I mean, I'll give him the benefit of doubt that he's been misconstrued, because I don't think anybody in their logical sense would want to say that Sachin did not give it his all for India in international cricket.
All right. Rasesh, if you're there with me, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that these comments were made before a select crowd in Dubai, and he was also, speaking, he was sharing the dais with other cricketing icons like Shane Warne, Wasim Akram and Ian Botham.
Yes, we don't have the finer details of in what context the question was addressed and how Kapil answered it, but we know from the report that's come in from Dubai about what Kapil has said, and then if he said that Sachin hasn't applied himself, then I think that is something that can be questioned. But if I think Kapil's just putting this this point of view out that he could have scored more had he batted it differently, that could probably be seen as his pure cricket opinion, because this is of course an sort of debate that has gone on for donkey's years, hasn't it? Whether who is the greatest and what is the barometer of judging a great player. And not always do people believe that all statistical totals, individual totals are the way of judging a great player. Tendulkar may not have had a 300 or 400 in the test match game, but he did construct that magnificent 248 at Sydney, where which was so different from his style of play, and that's something that helped India win the test match. And many such individual brilliances from Sachin which helped India sort of retain themselves in test match cricket, even at a time when India did not have the kind of bowlers to complement their batting. So this is a larger debate which probably can be looked at in that perspective. But if specifically such Kapil's questioning Sachin's application, then I think that's something that not too many people would agree with him.
Boria, I'm just wondering the timing of this. All right, Boria, before I come to you, let me get a quick reaction from an Indian cricketer, Madan Lal, also who joins us. Madan, hi, thanks for speaking to us on India Today. How do you react to the comments made by Kapil Dev about Sachin Tendulkar, where he's literally questioned the capability and credibility of Sachin?
Well, I think that's his opinion, but I think Sachin is a world-class player, and I think it's a team game. Whenever he got runs, the team has benefited. It's not like that. You cannot play as a selfish person, But the only thing is they go for the runs and they may get runs. That's where you win the matches, And that's what I believe. And Sachin has won a lot of matches for the country.
True.
So that's his opinion. That he's played for himself. That's a different thing.
Okay, Chetan Chauhan is also with us on India Today. Chetan, thanks so much for speaking to us. Your comments on Kapil Dev questioning Sachin Tendulkar and saying that, really the cricketer didn't really know how to score the double and triple tons by the end of the day.
Well, I think he has scored double 100. And anybody in international cricket, if we get centuries after centuries and 100 centuries, I think that's not right to say anything about him. And if somebody scores 100 centuries, I think that's good enough a record. See, for people to say that the man did know how to score 100. That's the reason he scored so many 100s.
All right, Chetan, thanks so much for speaking to us. Boria, I'm not an expert at cricket. I haven't really, kept a record of all the scores in the last few years. But I just want to know, in what capacity would Kapil Dev make these comments? Did Kapil Dev, I know he's a great cricketer. He was an all-rounder himself. But did he know how to make a double 100 or a triple 100 or even a 400?
It's not relevant. It's not relevant. I mean, Kapil Dev is one of the best India has produced. So is Sachin. I mean, I think these comments are unwarranted. I would draw your attention to Sachin's autobiography, where we have been civil towards Kapil Dev. I mean, a lot more could have been said, but we left it unsaid because there are certain things that are best left unsaid. And if you read Playing It My Way and read between the lines, you will understand what Sachin's sentiments about Kapil Dev's coaching abilities are. But as I said, we did not drive the point home because there is a line to being civil and being uncivil. I think these comments are not warranted. I think they are not in good taste. Anybody challenging Sachin Tendulkar's credibility as an international batsman and having scored runs for India, I don't think will be received with any kind of sympathy around the world. Sachin's done what he's done. For 24 long years, it's time to celebrate him. Forever, he'll be India's best ever batsman, and Kapil Dev will be India's best ever all-rounder. I look upon both as great icons. I don't think Kapil's comments are in great taste.
All right. Boria and Rasesh, thank you both for joining us and sharing your views and perspective about the comments made by Kapil Dev on Sachin Tendulkar and about his batting and playing prowess. Well, we will continue to get you all the news and updates from the country, around the world, right here on India Today. Do stay tuned. We're heading into a short break.